Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the Pixel 3a. So this is a awesome mid-range smartphone, one of my first Pixel phones that I've ever tried, and I really love it. You can pick it up for 400 bucks. Check out the link down below. So let's go ahead and just talk about these specs real quick. We have a 5.6-inch display, 1080 by 2220. The main camera on here is a 12 megapixel camera. You have the flash. You also have 4 gigabytes of RAM, the Snapdragon 670. So these are pretty much mid-range specs. You do have the 3000 milliamp battery, which will get you all day battery life. So this is CDMA and GSM compatible, so you can pretty much use it on any carrier. So you do have an OLED display on here, which is very nice. It's an always-on display as well. You do have 441 for the pixel density. So the picture on here is extremely sharp. The screen on here is really nice. Android 9.0, of course, the Adreno 615 for the GPU. You do not get a micro SD card slot on here, which is a little unfortunate, but you do get NFC. So this is the 64 gigabyte model. So like I said, that single camera is 12.2 megapixels, and you do have a front-facing camera, which is 8 megapixels. So the cool thing about this phone is you do have stereo speakers on here, which are amazing, and we'll get to in a little bit. But we have the fingerprint scanner, so no built-in fingerprint scanner in the display. It is on the back. We do have USB Type-C, and it does come in just black, clearly white, and purple-ish. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to talk about the design on this phone. So it is a plastic design. You can see it's split into two. So you have the sort of matte, and then you have the sort of like glossy plastic up here, and the glossy theme sort of runs around the phone pretty much. On these sides here, glossy, you got the button, power button, you got the volume rockers, and on the bottom you got the dual speakers, USB-C, and on the top this acts as another speaker as well. You got the front facing camera, SIM card tool, and that's pretty much it. Fingerprint scanner on the back. So we do have that always on display, so you don't have an LED notification. So let's go ahead and turn this on. So let's start off with the features on this phone, just going through the OS real quick. So it's bare bones Android, so there's pretty much no gimmicky stuff on here. It's really just your standard Android stuff. So we have all our normal toggles, night light, battery saver, invert colors. We do have the toolbox for the screen recorder. That is on here, but there's no special stuff on here. If we go to the camera, you can see we have our normal stuff, network, NFC stuff, app permissions. We have our battery life. Like I said, the battery life lasts about 1 day. You can get 1 day of battery life on full, pretty much doing anything, whether you're a gamer or whatever. So you can see my screen on time since the last full charge is 4 hours and 24 minutes. So excellent battery life. I still have 24% left. So if you do the display on here, pretty much nothing, your standard Android stuff. We can turn the ambient display on or off from here. If we go to sound, we have no Dolby audio on this phone, which is a little disappointing because the speakers are so great. When you plug headphones into this, it's just your standard standard sound. We have two ways to getting in the phone. We can do a pin, we can do the little gesture, or the fingerprint scanner. And you can also do the face unlock thing, but it's not going to be secure. It's not going to be as secure. Oh, they actually don't have the face unlock on here. Yeah, so you can just do the the swipe and the pin, but they didn't even opt to put it in. Usually on most phones they opt to put it in whether or not it's on there, but they actually don't have it on here. So this is one of the first phones in a while that does not have that, but you really don't need it because it's not secure anyway. So accessibility, pretty much nothing in here. We have your digital well-being built into here as well, let you know everything that you've been doing. You can see I've been spending most of the time on YouTube and Chrome. And then we have our system, and you can go ahead and mess with the gestures on here. We got the active edge, you can turn that off. Swipe fingerprint on the notification, so if I want to swipe down, I can bring the fingerprint scanner, the notification bar down, which I really love. And we have flip to access the camera. if it will work. Ugh. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know why this thing is not working. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. I'm not doing it right now, but as you can see, you get the point. So you can double tap to check the phone. So if I double tap, I can wake the phone up. So we can actually lift to check the phone, and we can also prevent from ringing, flip to silence. So the speed on this phone, even though it has mid-range specs, it has not let me down at all. It's very fast and fluent since it's running a stock Android. So okay Google, NBA scores. So as you can see, it's very fast. Launching applications, it's very fast as well. You're not going to notice pretty much any real speed hiccups with this phone. Even with multitasking, it's still very fast. If I can do the split screen, and you can see it works just as fine. So no issues with the mid-range specs here. It is really nice. So if you want to game on this phone, I really enjoy gaming on this phone, especially with the display. It's an OLED display, so you get nice colors, very vivid, high PPI. Gaming on here is really excellent. I play games like PUBG, Asphalt, and Mortal Kombat, and this phone did not warm up even with its plastic body, which I really enjoyed. So that was really awesome. So if you're a gamer, don't be afraid to game on this phone. It will do you just fine. I especially like the display size, like I've been raving about. It is really nice. So let's go ahead and talk about the dual speakers on here, because they're so nice, guys. And so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up. So as you guys can see, you can actually hear the bass and actually feel the bass on this, which is really awesome. And it's just amazing. It's so loud, crystal clear, no matter what you're doing, whether you're watching movies or looking at video or whatever, it's going to be really awesome. And speaking of video, watching video on here is really great. Like I said, you do get sort of an old school vibe or whatever, since that it does have these massively large bezels on here, but I didn't have any problem watching videos on here. I enjoyed it. I prefer it instead of the having that big notch that the Google Pixel had. So this is really awesome. As you can see, we got a new Dragon Ball Z game from E3. So the display on here is really gorgeous, and yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the camera on here. So I really enjoy using the camera here, so let's just go through all the modes, because this is really the main reason why you would buy this phone. So let's go ahead. We got the paranormal mode, we have portrait mode on here as well. So pretty much what this would do is you tap to focus on any face objects. I can go ahead and mess with the focus on here and go ahead and snap my shot. And the pictures on here are really beautiful, and no matter what condition you take them in, whether it's light or dark, it's just going to give you a really beautiful image. And it's so awesome, guys. You guys are going to love this as a camera phone. So we have the tap to focus on here to detect faces, natural, soft, so you can choose the filters that you want for the portrait. If you click on camera, we do have that timer, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, motion detection. We do have the EIS on here, so it is very smooth. We do have certain little toggles for cloudy, sunny, fluorescent. We do have the flash on here we can mess with, and for the video, I'll show you guys all my images and stuff. I just want to run through the toggles real quick. We have night sight on here, which is really awesome as well. This will give you some really clean photos at night, which I absolutely love taking photos at night with this camera. And this camera really influences you to want to take pictures. So if you're like me and you're not a picture person, this phone will pretty much force you, because the image quality is so good. It's just really fun to take pictures, which is really crazy. So I never thought I'd be like a picture guy. So you have photosphere on here. Let's go back. We have photo booth on here, slow motion, time lapse, playground, the lens, and we can go ahead and mess with our settings. We have the grid. We can do gestures. We have the save location. This shoots in 1080p. We got our video stabilization on. So I'm just going to show you guys the pictures that I took and go ahead and show you the video, and so you can see for yourself. So for $400, my verdict on here is I'm looking at like a 9 out of 10 for this phone. It's really good. The camera is just really excellent. What I don't like about this phone is I don't really care that it doesn't have wireless charging, and the SD card is not a big deal. What I don't like about this phone is the design on the front. So having these big bezels in 2019, when like halfway through the year, this is a really extremely outdated design, and I don't know why Google keeps rehashing this design. It's very weird, but you know, the only good thing about the design is that it's easy to reach this, notification bar if you have small hands, but other than that, the design is very old. So that's my only thing, but I absolutely love the phone. It does everything I need it to do, and it's just one of the best camera phones you can get, period, at this price. So if you're looking for an excellent camera phone at $400 price point, this is definitely going to be the phone for you. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video.